Okay, this crew heavily documented molesting with light along this wall right here while stalking in the path, a sex offender. Okay, this is a sex offense. The entity is also sounding helicopter act and arriving, picking up what is Roger Chu, who's going to federal prison, and group stalking with LOPEZ at the end of the sidewalk in concert with Marina Davila and CARLO LOPEZ, who's on the job, group stalking. They're all going to federal prison. Just speaking to what is narrating the pattern of conduct right now. The entity is amplifying from this. All right, this is indeed demonic activity and it's terrorism on the job, occurring with simultaneity to documentation where they are threatening your life, group stalking you. Okay, that is terrorism, by the way, by virtue of hearing that helicopter activity while being molested with engineer light. How's it going?
Good.
What's up?
Fabulous.
Were you about to tell me something?
I'm about to tell you something. Friday.
Uh-huh.
Fancy.
This is P.O.C.
Uh-huh.
Audible activity, relevant position. Okay.
On Friday.
Did you already get a PO for it?
Selena's making that, or Selena made it already. We just need notices for the entire property. Yeah, because they're going to hit every building.
On Friday?
On Friday, yeah.
For the rain gutters in the summer?
Huh?
Is it going to be raining?
No, but they need to be clean.
Oh, yeah, they did that last July, right? Yeah, when I first got here. Okay. This is federal stalking also. Title 18, use of the phone. It's audible activity. And this third party is thinking about what he wanted to say. That's what that was about. But it's audible activity and relevant positioning. And this is light activity that's on the wall. They are not natural born citizens. They're going to be deported out of this country. Very heavily documented. P.O.C. Good morning. How are you? I'm fine.
All three. Okay, Sunny. Thank you.
Operation of a communication device is relevant to Title 18, federal stalking. Their use of communication devices and their monitoring my communication device. This is Title 18, criminal conduct. P.O.C. Just want you to look at what LAPD is doing in concert with the people. This is pacing. This is maintenance of presence. And this sex offender 9DKF194 is molesting my person. This is a sex offense committed by all of them together. They're all pacing together. They're all group stalking together. They're all engaging in this. And this third party in particular documented a criminal act of terrorism via directed light, molesting with engineered light that's strewed all across the sidewalk and my person while crossing path under the fake sun in the middle of the afternoon. P.O.C. That's a pattern of conduct in the workplace. And this is the entity that's referencing itself in an employee warning notice, referencing itself while it is indeed engaged in the pattern of conduct. And at that distance, the entity sounding helicopter activity with simultaneity to my documentation. So this is the entity that's stalking, monitoring, terrorizing you, and knows that you're documenting it, which is well within your rights, and you're going to prosecute for that. That's Tiffany Shrez. All right, she's a terrorist along with her minor children. Crossing path. Trying to get in. And again, that's license plate 9DKF, very heavily documented, going to federal prison, engaging in a sex offense, touching my person on behalf and in concert with the demons that are the terrorist organization LAPD. That's sexual molestation, touching all over the bottom of my person while you're stalking in the path. In concert with demons that are heavily obsessively stalking as well. And that is the LAPD, who are flying in relevant position. This is the property where the sun rises and sets at the same address. It is indeed P.O.C. Every aspect of touching is relevant to that federal prosecution. So it is, again, 8:46 a.m. This is another iteration of the same P.O.C. maintaining presence in the laundry room as I walk downstairs, maintaining presence on behalf of that state that's stalking in a helicopter. The demonic feature, the sound of the helicopter, which while it's at a great distance, they're injecting themselves in the P.O.C. It's audible activity. So all those demons that I just documented pacing all around and monitoring to that audible activity. Aiming light, it's a method of stalking in the path with light, just like the fake sun being over my head, and all of them are pacing all around. You're looking at the same elements of monitoring, doing so while they are all jointly aware of the fact that they're being documented. It's also a communication of a threat while the helicopter activity sounds. This is occurring in the workplace, okay? Heather Till's going to federal prison. She's going to federal prison. Don Noggle is going to federal prison. Every malicious word used in that document, which is a criminal act of obstruction of justice, and then you are looking at the ongoing criminal pattern of conduct that they are together engaging in with that state. Okay, they are indeed going to federal prison, and and so is CARLO LOPEZ, who you see group stalking. Here in the morning at 8 o'clock, the fake son is here. Here in the afternoon at 5 o'clock, he is here group stalking with that same demon-possessed agency hovering over the property, and that's not the natural environment, nor is any of this natural behavior, and they're doing so while they are hostile because you are exposing their criminal conduct together. That's occurring in a workplace where you have a right to not be subject to it. Those types of psychopaths belong in cages. Okay, everybody that you just saw is going to federal prison, and the ones that are in the vehicle molesting my person with engineered light, they are doing so pursuant to what is impunity and malice, and repeatedly coming and engaging in the pattern of conduct, aware of the fact that you've been documented. That's not the grounds to engage in more of that criminal conduct. A normal person, one that does not have an ongoing purpose and intent to continue engaging in terrorizing, would like to suggest to a federal judge, please do not put me in federal prison for years. I had no intention. I did not know. I did not intend to. The terrorists that are the demon-possessed population have every intent and purpose to continue to engage in it and will not relent, which is exactly what the documentation exposes. And that's why they go to federal prison and you deport them out of this country. Okay, that includes Lisa and Roger Chu are criminally facilitating terrorism while people of the state come onto the grounds to participate in their targeting me together with the government. And that's also why they're going to federal prison. Okay, it is, again, what you just saw is an iteration of the same thing that the people of the state living at the property do 24/7. While the entity is stalking in a helicopter at 6 o'clock in the morning, these demons are not sleeping. That is evidence of the criminal conduct. The state's not monitoring and group stalking by itself. The state's doing it with the people. They are doing so while living at the property, which is grounds of federal prison. They're doing so while the people of the state are working in the workplace, which is why they're going to federal prison, and also seeking to criminally obstruct justice together. Everything that CARLO Lopez was speaking to is audible activity in relevant position with the state that was stalking in a helicopter, while that psychopath is talking about something that has to do with the third-party company business. That's, again, the grounds of prosecuting speaker companies. It's the malicious guise under which the elements of monitoring are underway. It is the pattern of conduct by the government that utilizes the people of the state. That's the same thing they're doing in the text messages, in the text chains, with knowledge of what I'm doing as I'm doing it, while the entity is in concert stalking in a helicopter, sending text messages, calling on the phone, calling on the office phone, speaking about whatever it is pertaining to so-called business of that's the entity that's group stalking and doing so. And that's a psychopath that engages in that level of malice, which could not be seen but for the P.O.C. for you to understand what they're doing and then what they are aware of as they do it, and their criminal intent and psychotic endeavor to hide all of that mind state and hide all of that criminal activity. That's psychotic. It's demon possession, though. It's demonic activity. It's 8:50 a.m. This is P.O.C.